All right, our next speaker is Jason Barrett from Mississippi State University Extension. So there you go, it's all yours. You stand up there, he's going to start it.
Hello, it is fantastic to be here. Yes, as Steve said, I'm Jason Barrett with MSU Extension. How this all began for me is, I think in either 13 or 14, someone from the private well class actually called Mississippi State and said, hey, we're interested in doing some things in Mississippi and getting some interaction. So it got turned towards me, and with like any good extension person, I started trying to find where are our private well people. So as you can see in the outline, we'll touch on that. First thing I actually did was went into the process of trying to figure out where our private well populations are located. So we created a publication, and the methodology will be in the next slide here, talking about how we actually figured out in our best estimate where the private well populations are located using MSDH, which records the state health department, the drinking water systems, and census data of populations. On top of that, we started looking at some USGS numbers to determine which are commercial and which are non-commercial. And what came out of that is we really had 65 counties that showed large populations. And initially I categorized them by percentage, but then the second time we did the publication, we changed it to actual populations. So as you can see, 1 to 3,000, 3 to 10, and over 10. And as you can see, the location, we have a spot in North Mississippi, Central Mississippi, and South Mississippi, which are our target areas. So this is where we really wanted to start focusing the attention to point people to the private well class. And then with that, we started actually doing some programs of our own. And in order to do that, we needed good information that we put out. So one of the first publications that I did was called Protecting Your Private Well. And as you see, it's just a general overview of private wells, because at the point in time when I started, there was not a lot of publications that MSU Extension had put out. Second was the actual self-assessment, and this is a process that homeowners can actually walk through, Q&A themselves, and kind of see if they have a high or low, medium issues at their home, at their private well. Moving on, we actually started doing some videos and actually started doing some sampling at people's homes. One thing I do like interactive, so that people can actually go and watch a video rather than just read something. So we actually created a video on how to collect a water sample. So instead of just having the tangible in front of you, an individual can watch this video, and it follows right along with our exact bottles, process, procedure, everything, so that we hopefully have accurate samples that are not contaminated in any way. Moving on down, created another publication talking strictly about bacteriologicals, so that customers, once they got their results back, they could interpret those and know what they actually had, which of course y'all know that leads into wastewater systems. So it created another publication, self-assessment. People can walk through that again, asking the questions. They can see if they have issues with their septic system or not. We have moved further. This publication actually I did with the Texas A&M contingency that is here. This was fantastic. I literally just took their publication, pulled out things that reference Texas, and we put in things that reference Mississippi. A great piece of that was an actual figure that shows a well being constructed by Mississippi codes. Texas had one, and I started working with our MDEQ, and hey, they did not have one, so we created one. This figure actually follows all the codes of Mississippi's well construction. Also, poultry is the #1 commodity in Mississippi, and as you would think, they need water, so we actually had a lot of poultry questions that started coming, so I worked with a poultry specialist to create that publication, which leads into programs that we actually host for private well owners, where they can come, have their private well screened, and we also have a workshop. Steve with the private well class has been phenomenal. He's helped me on every one of those. This is a picture of one we had in South Mississippi, and you'll see in a second from the numbers. We usually average a little over 20, some a little larger, some a little smaller, but in all we average somewhere between 20 and 30 people per class, which has been fantastic. We've had 8 workshops in 5 counties. Just about all of them have been at our MSU Extension offices. Soil and Water Conservation District in Champaign County partnered with me on the last one we did. We've had 184 attendees in those, and as you can see, we've had 2 in Marshall County, 1 in Lowndes, 2 in Champaign, 2 in Pearl River, and one in Harrison. We have another one in Harrison planned for next month. So we're staying active. It's been good. The numbers that I'm seeing as far as results are very similar to what I've seen with many of y'all showing results. About 65% are absent, about 35% present for total coliform. We've had right at 4% E. coli positive that we've seen. And again, those are kind of consistent numbers I'm seeing across the states. There is my contact information. This has been fantastic.